because I'll come back to talk about some other things. I have two fathers, the senior father in the village and the junior father in the city. The senior father in the village, at about 2 years old, he will take me along the roadside and put some little things on the road that we were selling to passerby. We didn't have a vehicle that comes from another village to pass through our village to go to the city. Everybody made it on foot. And so we had a strategic place that will serve everybody who passes from Momo, Bengui to Bamenda. And so every day I'll go sit there. Then when I come back home, I long to go play with the other children. I long to go sit near my mom. He will not let me. So you stay here with us. They will cook food and they'll bring it here and we'll eat. And I didn't like that, but I didn't have any option because my father was the one that if he says turn right, he means turn right. And, you have to turn or you cry. And so there were not so many options for me. I didn't like the selling. When I grew up, we would make a lot of money out of that place. He didn't go there anymore. It was now my business. And I didn't like it because I wasn't really taught what he was doing. I wanted to go to school like every other child. But all the other children were going to school except me. And so I did a lot of dumb things during that time. Sometimes I just send my hand in my pocket and get the money and just throw it away. He will come after inventory and balancing the account. The money is not there. Where is the money? I said, I don't know. That's all the money I have. And he will whoop me very well. I remember two other dumb things that I did that I still think up to today. Why can somebody do that? I got a very sharp knife and I made a hole on the pocket that I put the money in there. So I sell the money, I put there, I know that there's a hole and I'm going, whatever remains there, that's what my father will have in it. My whole idea was trying to get me out of that business and free me to go to school or take over the business or give to somebody else. It did not work. The last dumb thing I did was when the school people came back and left their books, I would take their pen in their absence and write, just make circles in everybody's book. And then when they come back, who did this? I said, I don't know. And after my father will make his interview, I will get caught and well beaten. But when I finally grew up with the advice of several other people at a reasonable age, I went to Daddy in the city. I told him that I really want to go to school like any other child. He said, yeah. I said, if you say yes, then you have to buy me chalk. They started school with writing on the board and chalk. Even though I had passed that age and I could write very well with a pen and pencil, I could spell words like biscuits, Heineken, Cronenberg, all the things that I saw. I could spell those things without going to school. He said, if you cannot take the packet and look and copy from there. Yeah. So he bought me the chalk and I displayed it when I came close to, I made sure we came past where Daddy was, and made sure I hurried every other person who came home early when there was still dark, so we'll know how to meet Daddy at home. I displayed the chalk in my pocket for him to see. He said, whose chalk is that in your pocket? One of the things my father did was he was so vigilant. He was like the security officer in the whole village. In the night, he would go stand guard on the road to see who is passing, who's a stranger, what are you carrying, and all of that. So he asked, whose chalk is that? I said, Daddy in the city bought it so I can go to school on Monday with school start. That's where he was really troubled, and I saw how a man can be angry. Spread the news all around, came back around, say you are not going to school. Monday came, he usually leave like 4 in the morning to go look at all the traps he set to catch some animals for food. And then by 5:30 I'll go take care of the pigs, and then take a shower and carry my stuff to the road. So when he left, I left also. He went that way and I went this way. I spent hours cutting through the bush to get out of the area and to get to school. Let me cut it short. I finally went to school. I was gone for 2 days, trying to stay away from him. And before I met him, I met my other brother on the road, the one who just left here and went back home, whose grandkids usually come to church here once in a while. He told me that if you can do anything possible not to go home, that would be my advice to you. Because what that man has said, he didn't say what Daddy has said, he said what that man has said. Well, I decided that day that sometime trouble must end. So I was ready to die. And I went and stayed at home, waited for him. He came while I was trying to pick some coffee in the coffee farm. He said, what are you doing in there? I said, I'm picking coffee. He said, I should bring his coffee. I brought it. He said, go keep it in there. He took a cane and showed me, said, do you know if this thing gets broken so easily? I said, no. He said, okay, go get your stuff from there. I was staying in the other room in his house, while every other person was staying with Mom. I was up there, so there was actually nothing for me to take. There was a jacket which I didn't like. They call it, we used to call it monkey jacket. And that one was for you to wear early in the morning when it's too cold. Those were worn by the German soldiers, maybe when they came back from World War. I didn't like it, so I would not take it. There was the other property I had was a blanket that my mother had bought. And I told my father that, well, I'll share it with my brother, so I'll leave it with them. So I didn't actually have anything to take. And they escorted me at the gate. And said, you go that way, because if you go this way and I see you in your mother's house, I'm going to kill both of you. I went through that, finally ended in the city, went to school. The thing which I will never forget is that when I went to school, that year happened to be a good year for me. There were some other big boys and big girls too. But none of them was down there with me. They were in the higher classes. And I suffered all the insults from the children. They called me Daddy, Papa, and that was so provoking. I would beat them and the teachers would beat me and all of that. The only good thing is that as stayed in school and I finished school. I decided to go do some business, and God called me into the ministry. And when God called me into the ministry, guess what happened? The daddy in the city, when I told him that I'm going somewhere in the village to preach, he was so excited. He used to be so excited whenever I passed the exam. And so the excitement was there that his son is going to be a preacher. The only difficulty we had was that nobody in the whole family was willing to lose a dime for that training. And they said, well, you know, we cannot pay for that, so it would be wise if you don't go. And God provided another father somewhere. Actually, my nephew. It took me a long time to know that that was my nephew. I know the mother as Mama, who comes from Tabufor. I didn't know that that was my mother's junior sister. And so the son was the one who made it possible for me to start the seminary, and God kind of taken me through. Go back, tell you a few things about these two men, senior dad and junior dad. They were hardworking, they were creative, they initiated things, and they made ends meet, and they made sure nobody at home stayed without food. Even when mom went somewhere and was not there to cook, he makes sure there's plantain somewhere or cocoyam somewhere. If you can't do it, he will even do it, cook it himself for us to eat. And the father in the city, he wouldn't go to the kitchen to cook, but he will buy. So he will give you 10 francs to go to the store and buy bread and eat. And these men loved me. They helped me to prepare me for life. Most of the things that I have accomplished today is because of these two daddies in my life. They made sure that you do what is right. And my children kind of grown up to teach me to be different. Because it was so hard for me when I taught my children, I said, go take this and bring it. And somebody just sitting and looking at you. It didn't sit well, because when I grew up, before Dad finished the statement, you're already there doing it. And I just want to thank God that in spite of that disciplinary strictness, they still showed their love, and they gave the protection that father's supposed to give. And everything turned out to be good. Before they both died, we were good friends, very good friends. I want to conclude by picking up where my wife left. What my wife forgot to tell you is that the reason why we're going home is to do the memorial funeral for her father, and do memorials for my own fathers also. So this Father's Day, of this year is a good one for us, because we have to at least share in the grief that the rest of the people in the village had in our absence. Thank you, and God bless you. Amen.